Let me record from my screen. Let me share the screen. Okay, fine. Right, so it was already downloaded. Just a quick, very quick. Okay, to I guess. Let me go to the machine. Yes. Okay. So once I just copy pasted that link, you will get this window first. You can click on this download and then again it will open in another window. Okay, you will get this option download anyway. Click on that download anyway, it will be downloaded. Okay, so once downloaded, you can see click on the open folder. You can see the software, right? This is the software that was downloaded to the C drive. Downloads means C drive only. Okay, so what you can do in the Oracle Virtual VM, what you are going to do, you are trying to attach the ISO image, right? So now you just directly copied that ISO image file. Okay. So now you directly copy that ISO image file to the machine. So now what I can do, right click. Okay. You can just click on mount option. Once you just mounted, it will be open. Okay. You don't see open, direct open is not there. You can directly see mount option, right click, just select mount option, then it will be opened. Mount means it will be opened only. Okay, right now you can see like this. Now what I have to do, which file I have to open now? Setup file with the
Run as
Run as
administrator.
run as
administrator.
administrator. Okay, very good. Okay, so run as administrator you have to open. And again, very important thing is you have to install .NET Framework. Okay, without .NET Framework, you cannot proceed for the SQL Server installation. Right. And where I have to go now? What is this window
Server
called?
manager.
What is this window called? No, not to install .NET Framework.
Installation center.
Installation center.
Installation
Installation
center.
and standalone.
Right. And I have to go to
You have to go to
installation page.
installation.
These are called pages. Installation page I have to go. And I have to click on this install. New SQL Server standalone installation you have to select. Okay. So parallel, question for all of you. Can I install another instance now? Parallelly, can I install 2 instances at a time? You can see the screen and you can answer it.
No. No,
You
sir.
can see the screen and you can answer
Disabled.
it. Can I
No, you
install
cannot.
2 instances at a time?
No,
Yes, the answer is
because it is
no.
grayed out.
Yes. Okay. So once you just opened one instance, okay, automatically this option will be grayed out. And once this window is closed, then only you can install another instance. So serially you can install, you cannot install parallelly on the same, okay, VM virtual machine, right? On the same Windows server. Right. Now you know, right, what to select here. We are going to install developer edition. So make sure developer edition is selected and you can go next. Of course, I accept the license terms. You know that one. Next. And it will go for some checks. Okay. So make sure all the checks are running fine. You can go back and you can see all the checks are successful or not. If all the checks are not successful, it won't go to next. It went to next means all the checks are successful. You can see here restart computer check is failed means what we have to do?
We have to restart.
We have to restart
Restart
the
and-
server. Yeah, always the best practice is you have to restart Windows Server before installing SQL Server, after installation of SQL Server also. Next. Even if one check is failed, you cannot proceed. Okay, there are 8 checks or 9 checks, I guess. 9 checks are there. All checks either should be passed or warning also fine. But if one check is failed in the 9 checks, you cannot proceed next. First you have to fix that check, then you have to go next. Okay, so these are the updates, Microsoft updates. So no need to select anything here. You can simply go next. Right, it is going to install some support files. Okay, once the support files are installed, then it will go to next. Again, some more checks. You can go to next. Right, tell me guys, now what and all components I have to choose? Fastest fingers first. Direct answer to me.
Sir.
Database engine service.
Direct answer to
Database
me.
engine.
Direct answer to me. Direct answer to me will be consider all the features, not a single feature. Take time. At least tell me the specific features. 3 specific features I have to install. Everyone said database engine. That's good. Okay, but I need 3 specific features. Muthu database engine, Pranit database engine, DB engine, Pranit SQL replication, full text, machine learning. Machine learning, Santosh. Yesterday we have installed machine learning. Client tools, Pranit, DB engine, SQL server replication, full text. The winner is Chandrakant. Okay. He answered DB engine, SQL server replication, and full text specific services. Very good. Okay. Shared. Can anyone tell me shared services? Anyone remember 4 shared services? It's difficult
Client
again.
tool connectivity,
Yeah.
client tool SDK, client tool backward, something.
Okay, something. No. not that one. If you remember 4 checks, then let me know. Engine, SQL server replication, full text. Kusma, not test. Full text. Okay, na? Client tools connectivity, client tools SDK, client backward compatibility. Okay, at least okay. You tried 3 components. You tried good. I'll give you 1 point to you. Right. So okay, let me track this one. Chandrakant and Kusma. Right. Okay. So you have to select these components: Satish Reddy, client tools compatibility, connectivity, client tools backward compatibility, client tools SDK, client tools SQL client connectivity. Very good. Let me give you 1 more point to you as well. Satish Reddy. Right. Okay. Now let me go to this window. Fine. So I have to choose specific services, specific features. Database engine is must. Without database engine, there is no SQL server. And there is one more feature called replication to replicate the articles or tables from one server to another server, and full text to search the data quickly. So for any instance, we have to choose these 3 specific features. It's mandatory. Database engine is mandatory. Without database engine, there is no SQL server. Shared features, okay, client tools connectivity, client tools backward compatibility, okay, client tools SDK, SQL client connectivity SDK. Okay, these are the main shared features. Okay, you can choose. Next time when you're installing one more SQL server, no need to choose any these shared features. Shared features will be installed only once per Windows machine. Agree, not agree? True or false?
Yes, sir.
Only once
Agree.
per machine. Shared, the meaning of shared itself,
Yes,
okay,
only
we
once.
can install only
Yes, sir.
once per Windows machine. Yesterday we gave an example of PG. If you are staying in a PG, the things that belongs to PG like washing machine, okay, geysers, whatever it is, okay, these are all shared features. Whenever any new guy comes, they don't buy another washing machine, right? You have to use the existing one only. In the same way, shared features means you will install only for the first time. Next time, no need to install. Okay. Even though you can install 50 instances, if you are installing second SQL Server instance, what is meant by instance? What is meant by instance?
Copy of SQL server.
Equals, sir.
A SQL
Server
server,
software.
one SQL Server software
server.
copy is called one instance. Okay, like that we can install 50 instances. Next time, if you are installing second instance, no need to choose this shared features, as the shared features already installed during for the first installation. Okay, right. And these are the components we have selected. You can go to next. Right, and default instance, named instance. So can I install default instance?
Yes, sir.
I have a quick question for all of you. For the first time, I have to
Yes.
install default or named.
Yes,
For the first time, I
Yes,
have
sir.
to install default or named.
default. It's
Default,
not
sir.
mandatory.
It is not
Need
It's
to-
not mandatory.
It's our wish.
Default, default. Tell me the answer, guys. For the first time, I have to install default or named.
It's not mandatory.
You can type the
Anything we
answer.
can.
You can type the
Either
answer.
is a default, either or named.
Okay. Okay. Dinesh, yeah. Anything? Nakraju, whatever you want. It's not mandatory. Santosh, Kusuma, not mandatory. Very good. Okay. So not mandatory. It's not mandatory that you have to install default instance only for the first time or named instance only for the first time. You can install either default or named. Okay, it's your wish. Simply, it is a naming convention. Default means it will use computer name to connect. Named instance means you will give one name, right? That name it is going to use to connect to the server. That's it. There is no mandatory. You can install first time named instance also, first time default instance also. It depends upon your comfort. Okay. Default instance, I'm going to choose default instance so that you will get this MS SQL Server. The folders will be created as MS SQL Server and the services will be created as MS SQL Server. While connecting only, you will give the computer name. You cannot connect by using MS SQL Server. Okay. While connecting, you can give computer name, but remaining in all other things like instance, base directory, services, all the services and folders will be created as MS SQL Server only. Okay. Not yet, in no instances has been installed till now. This box is empty. Okay. You can go to next. Right. Okay, guys, important screen, very important screen. Service account is an account which helps to run the service. Each service will have its own service accounts, even while installing an antivirus software also. Okay, I'll give you one example for service account. Antivirus, what it will do, guys, usually
Scan.
it will
To
scan,
refresh
right?
Scan the
the
computer.
It will
scan
scan the
virus.
computer. It will scan the computer for the virus and all, right? So it is going to scan. Scan means which operation? Read operation or write operation?
Read operation.
Read operation. Scanning
Read
means
operation.
what? Technically, scanning means it is reading every file. Okay, how it will work? Usually, antivirus will separately maintain a database. In that database, there will be some virus infected extensions will be stored. Okay, so what this antivirus will do? Imagine, imagine there are some files are there. Imagine these are some files. Okay, so .ggg. Imagine this is a virus file, virus affected file. Any file with every file. Remember, guys, each file will have an extension. Each file, even it is a notepad or any file, files are different, folders are different. Okay, don't search extension for the folders. You don't see anything. You can see here extension .txt. Word document will have an extension. Excel document will have an extension. Like that, each file will have an extension, guys. Even applications also will have an extension. You can see a type of file. You can see in the brackets .xml. Okay, .xl for Excel. What you will get the extension? Okay, .xlsx. For txt file, for text file, notepads and all, it will be .txt. Okay, for applications, depends upon the applications. It will say, for example, if I go for this application, it will have its own extension. Okay, this pack will run. Usually applications extensions will be .exe only. Okay, .exe applications extensions will be .exe. So based on that, each file will work. Okay, so imagine some hacker created any files with the .ggg. It's a virus file. Your Avasta antivirus will separately maintain one database or table. It will keep all the virus extensions. It will check this file, performance check-in. Okay, what is the extension of this performance check-in? .txt. Okay, .txt is equal to .ggg. True or false?
False.
False. .ggg, .txt is not equal to .ggg, right? So it will be virus free. Okay, so some other file it found the extension is showing as .ggg. Okay, it will be marked as virus file. Temporarily it will be marked as virus file. Like that, it will check the whole drive, it will check the whole folder, it will check the whole system. It will find out how many virus files are there. Okay, just for the example, guys. Okay, I'm just using this extension .ggg. Don't said it is a virus affected extension, just for the example. Okay, so finally it will ask one question. So I found 100 files with extensions. We found 100 virus files. Do you want me to remove? Right, it will ask, right? If you scan the system, if it found any virus, it will ask us, do you want me to remove? If you choose remove, it will be removed all the files. Imagine if this is a virus affected file, it will be removed. The whole file will be removed. Not virus will be removed. The whole file itself will be removed. Whatever important data in this file, the file itself will be removed. No matter what it is, it will be removed simply. Agree, everyone? Is it clear? Right, so that means your antivirus, your Avasta antivirus, on behalf of Avasta antivirus, one service will run in the backend. Agree, everyone? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right, very good.
Sir.
So on behalf of that service, one account will read operations, one account will do read operations. In case if we are asked to proceed to delete this file, it means write operation. So one account on behalf of that service, one account will do read operation and write operation. What is that account called?
Service
Service
account.
Service account. Very good. Okay, your service, remember guys, service account is nothing but one user only. Don't think service account is a, okay, very like it's a, what we can say, it's a it's a big thing. Don't think that service account is a big thing. It's a small user account. Why? Because this file is there on the desktop. Desktop means which drive? C drive, right? So where is the location? You can see this is the location in the C drive, users username and desktop. In this drive, who can go inside this drive to delete the file or to scan the file? Who can
Admin.
go inside this folder? Service can't go. Service will help you to run the service. On behalf of service, one user will go to this folder and he will check it. So that means only users will have access to the folders. Okay, so that is called a user account. User account, you can call it as a service account. Clear? In the same way, for SQL Server also, to read the data, one user should be there. To write the data, one user should be there. So we'll recruit a separate user to do all these things. Who is that?
Service account.
Very good. Service account. He is called service account, customized service account. If we use the existing if you use the existing employee, that is default service account. If you are going to recruit a separate employee for my SQL Server, as SQL Server is a priority software, I am installing Windows Server for my SQL Server. Agree? Right? I'm installing Windows Server for my SQL Server. I'm not installing SQL Server for the sake of Windows Server. Agree, everyone? Clear?
Sir.
Right? So my priority is SQL Server. So why I have to use the existing inbuilt service accounts? They're already busy with other services, right? So I'll create separate service account called customized service account. Is it clear, guys? This account is responsible to read the data, write the data from the disk to the disk. Agree, everyone? Is it clear? Any issues, any doubts, let me know. Very important concept, service account. Fine. Is it clear? Please, please. I need responses from everyone.
sir, yes,
Chat
sir.
box is waiting for you. Please, I need
Yes,
responses from
sir.
everyone. Chat box, chat box, chat box. Use chat box. 26 people are there, means 25. I want to see all 25 responses, guys. If anyone sleeping, please woke up. 10 responses I got as of now. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 responses I got. Still 7 more people. 19 responses. I will wait, guys. Until you respond, I'll wait. "21, 4 more people, 3 more people. Woke up, guys, please. 3 more people. 3 more people. Woke up, woke up. Don't ask me what is the question, sir. Last time one guy asked me what is the question. Daniel Dasri is the last response. Okay, that's fine. Okay, 3 more people, right? Let them sleep. No issues. Okay, fine. So customized service account, that is the use of the customized service account. Okay, so this is how it will work, guys. So we can change the, please mute it, please mute it, please mute it. Right. So we can change the service account at any time, guys, but it needs a restart of the SQL Server. So during business hours, if you restart the SQL Server, means your application will be down. So during business hours, we don't restart the SQL Server. After restart hours, we are going to plan it, or we'll plan it on the weekends. Okay, clear, guys? Changing service account in case if we want to change the service account, that action will be planned during weekend or non-business hours. Let me mute all. Okay, disturbance. Right. all participants are muted. In case of any questions, you can unmute and let me know. Okay, fine. So with that note, let me go to this window and I am going to install SQL Server for the first time. Okay, I don't want to confuse. Later, what I'm going to do, I'll create a separate user account. One user I'll create, then I'll change it. Okay, as of now, I'll proceed with the default accounts. Right. So what should be the startup type, manual or automatic?
Automatic.
Automatic. Very
Automatic.
good. Okay, automatic. The service startup type should be automatic, and you know what is meant by startup type. Whenever you restart the Windows server, the services will be started automatically if you set this as automatic. If you set this as manual, once you restarted the Windows server, again you have to start the service manually. Collation settings means what?
Language settings.
Language settings. Very good. Okay, so I asked you to check the language settings. Yesterday we gave an exercise.
Hindi language.
Yes, it is
Hindi
there.
language.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, it is not there.
It is not there. Okay, very good. Hindi language is not there. Okay, so lot of languages, even like lot of languages from EU, European Union. Okay, hardly each country will have 2 crores, 1 crore people will be there. Even French language, small languages also there, but 100 crore people. Okay, there is no representation of Hindi language here. Okay, that's okay, right? So language you can see here, SQL, Latin 1, General, CP1, CIAS. Okay, this is the default collation settings. This is the default collation settings. Okay, so you can use the default collation settings, no issues. 99% we are going to use the same collation settings in the organization. If you want to change it, you can change the language settings by using customize button. You can choose French, you can choose Dutch, you can choose English, you can choose Chinese. Okay, whatever you want, you can choose. Okay, go to next. And authentication screen, guys, very important screen. Authentication screen, what it means? Authentication means authentication. What is the meaning of authentication? First of all,
Validating user.
very good. Okay, so authentication means validating the user. If you are using Gmail, if you are logging into the Gmail every day, you are authenticating there. Okay, your Gmail servers are authenticating that you are trying to connect to the Gmail. You want to log into your Gmail account, you will give your username and password, right? Verifying that username and password or validating that username and password is called authentication. Okay, so that means, see, SQL Server will be installed in the Windows server. Imagine one Windows admin is there. Okay, he's a Windows admin, he can do anything in the Windows level. So my question is, can he connect to the SQL server or not? He can do anything in the Windows server. He's a Windows admin. Can he connect to the SQL server or not? By default, can he connect to the SQL server?
He needs to add.
No.
What is the
no.
answer? Just guess it, no or yes?
You
No.
have to add.
No.
No, sir.
Guess it, guys. Muthukumar said yes. Okay, if you want to change the answer, you can change the answer. Okay, so the answer is no. By default, no one can access. Even though I'm installing now, right? I'm installing the SQL server, but still I can't access. I can't access. Even though I'm installing, I can't access the SQL server. When I can access, I have to add my account to connect to the SQL server. If you click on add current user, who is installing the SQL server, administrator, B41 admin, he can only connect. Even though you might be a company CEO, if your account is not created, you cannot, okay, log into the SQL server. The same thing, Gmail, Google CEO also can't log into the Gmail if you don't have Gmail account. Agree? Agree or not? He is a
Yes,
Google
sir.
CEO. Who is Google CEO,
Yes,
guys?
sir.
First of all, who is Google CEO?
Sundar Pichai, sir.
Sundar Pichai.
Anyone knows what is meant by alphabet? Alphabet. Anyone knows what is alphabet?
Lorry page.
Alphabet. What is the difference between Google and Alphabet? What is the difference between Google and Alphabet?
It is separate wing in Google. if I'm not
Mhm.
wrong.
Okay.
Google subsidiary company.
Very good. close to the answer. Mother company, you're correct, Pavan. Okay. Google is under Alphabet. Google is a product of Alphabet. Okay. It's a group of companies. Alphabet is a group of companies. Alphabet means not A, B, C, D, Alphabet. Alphabet is a group of companies. Under Alphabet, Google is one subsidiary. Okay. Right. Fine. So, right, even Google CEO or Alphabet CEO also can't log into his Gmail account. No, I am Google CEO. I have to log into the Gmail account without giving my username and password. Is it possible? Not possible, right? So in the same way, there is a process. Even though you might be a Windows admin in the Windows level, you cannot still access the SQL Server. Okay. When you can access? If you have valid credentials. If your account is created in the SQL Server, then only you can access the SQL Server. When I click current user, my account will be created during the installation. If you want to add other people, why? Because this is not for your purpose. This is for your team purpose. You have to add your whole team. You have to click on add symbol and you have to add your DBA team and all, so that other people also can connect to the SQL Server. If you forgot this step, other people can't connect. Can I add other people after installation, guys?
Yes.
Yes, the answer is yes. You can add any number of people after installation also, but at least one entry should be there to log in first of all. Right? One entry should be there to log in first of all. It's like, for example, you have a home and everyone is outside, the door is locked. How can you unlock the door? You cannot unlock the door. 50 people are waiting outside. One person is already there in the room. He can unlock it so that he can allow all 50 members into the room. In the same way, at least one entry should be there to give access to others. If no entry is created, no one can connect to the SQL Server. Okay. This is how authentication will work. In the authentication, we have two types: how Windows will work, how Mixed will work. I'll explain clearly in the security concept. Okay, this is all belongs to security. I'll explain clearly in the security concept. Go to data directories, guys. Data directories means what? So once we install SQL Server, we are going to create databases. Okay. So once we create the database always creates two files. One is data file, second one is log file. Database means collection of two files. Once you create any database, two files will be created. One file is data file, second file is log file. You can keep all the two files in a same location. You can keep data file in one location, one drive, log file in one drive. Apart from that, we'll get tempdb files also. Okay. If you want, you can keep all the files in a same location, C drive. Sir, I have only C drive. Can I store all the files in C drive? Yes, happily you can store it. No, sir, I want to organize the things in a better way. I want to separately store my data files. I want to store the log files separately, tempdb data files, log files separately, backup files separately. So you can allocate multiple drives and you can store each component in each drive. Okay. As of now, I have only one drive, guys, C drive in my Azure VM. Okay, so there is no other option. Don't store anything. This is a temporary storage. I want to store in the C drive only. So there is no option. I have to store all the things in the C drive only. So I'm not changing any drives. While configuring clusters, I'll create multiple drives. There I'll show you. Simply, if you want to store the data in another drive, for example, you want to store user database directory in E drive, simply you will remove C, you will keep it E. No need to create any folders manually from your side. Automatically folders will be created, guys. If you have drive, automatically folders will be created. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? If you don't have drive, you will get the error. There is no such drive. Okay. If you have drive, automatically these are the folders, guys. These are the folders. Okay. These folders will be created during installation. Nothing to worry. No need to create any folder from your side. Okay. So let me change it back to C drive. Okay, so you can keep all the files in a single drive, but again in that drive also it will create separate folders. Data files, in the data folder it will store data files and log files. In the backup folder it will store backup files. We have one more option called tempdb. Tempdb also will have files. Those files also will be stored in the data folder only. Okay. Number of files by default from SQL Server 2017 onwards, we have this option tempdb. 16 onwards it's there. SQL Server 2016 onwards it's there. Tempdb option, extra option, tempdb option, so that it will create tempdb usually TempDB, for creating TempDB, there is a recommendation. Okay, you have to use number of data files, TempDB data files. I'll tell you, sir, nothing, Dinesh, nothing to worry. What is data file, what is log file, I'll tell you. Okay, nothing to worry. Just as of now, just for the purpose, I'm saying data file and log file to proceed. That's it. Okay, nothing to worry about it. There is a separate class. Okay, right. So TempDB is also one kind of temporary database. Will store the data temporarily until the data is going to be processed. Your all data will be processed in TempDB only, temporary purpose, right? So and you are going to read the data from the TempDB only, right? I'll tell you again, TempDB, there is a separate discussion on system databases. There I'll explain TempDB. So these are the metrics of TempDB. No need to change, automatically it will pull the numbers. Okay, nothing to change here. I'll explain later why it is taking one, why it can't be two. Okay, I'll explain later. It depends upon the number of CPU cores. As of now, my machine is having only one core. Where to check the CPU cores? How many cores I have? How to check it? MS Info 32. Very good. Okay, MS Info 32 will help you to find the number of CPU cores. And here you can see one core. If you have two cores, two TempDB data files will be created. If you have three cores, three TempDB data files will be created. As my system is having one core, so one TempDB data file is creating by default. File stream is for what, sir? Yesterday we discussed for video content, large objects, for video content, photos. Okay, you can use this file stream option. We are not going to store any video content data. So this is the TempDB data file location, and this is the TempDB log file location. You can see here TempDB log file and TempDB data files. Okay, so you can keep it as it is. No need to change any value, anything. You can go to next, and this is the final screen, guys. So what happened, guys? Tell me what it will do now. I selected a lot of options, right? What Windows machine will do now?
Script, it will run the script.
Right, very good. So again, Windows Server don't know the GUI options. Whatever options you have selected, it will prepare a query, it will prepare a command, and it will keep it inside the configuration file.ini. So what is meant by configuration file.ini? It's a file that stores the command. Once you click on install button, this file will be called and it is going to install accordingly. All the things like instance name, okay, authentication, Windows or default authentication, default or name, that is the right, mixed mode authentication, and you gave a lot of TempDB configurations. You gave data directories, log directories, backup directories, location, and all. You have selected lot of options. All this will be prepared as a query. And finally, this query will, you have selected a collation settings also. See here, collation settings. You have selected lot of things. All will be stored under one script that is called configuration file.ini. And once you click install, this file will be called into the command prompt and options will be executed. In the background, now it is executing the script and now it is installing the SQL Server, guys. Any issues, any doubts, you can let me know. Is it clear? Everyone, please see here how quickly it will be installed as it is Azure VM. Any questions, any doubts, you can ask me. No problem.
How to remove this installation?
Sir, just now, sir, we are installed. Why, sir, you're asking to remove? So that is the last question, sir. You can remove. Okay.
Okay.
So we are going to discuss at the end. It's not a big thing. How you are going to uninstall other softwares, add or remove programs. You have to go there, but you have to select one component, double click on that component. There it will be removed all the SQL Server components.
Okay. So is there any log which we can refer while installation? Is there any error? Like
Yes.
it will
Yes.
give it complete the status, but we want a log
Yes.
where we can check.
There is a log not only for SQL Server, whatever you are installing in the Windows machine, it will be kept in a separate log. For SQL Server, there is a separate log. That log is called summary.txt file. Okay. So let me reconnect again. It is showing less than 1 minute. Please join, guys, with the same link. Let me reconnect. We can continue.